the snow that day.
Yeah. Remember that.
To the stadium, and we couldn't see anything but snow, and so we didn't get a chance to do that. But we're going to make a trip up there, and then want to get around there and see the city a little bit more. As a kid, I went to Kansas City, but I was probably maybe 9 or 10 years old and really don't remember a lot about it. But I'm looking forward to getting there and getting to learn a little more about Kansas City. Do you have any suggestions for me when I go in?
I was getting ready to say, what about you text me and the Midwest Mike's guys and myself and Coach Douglas, we can give you the tour of all the barbecue. We'll give you the barbecue tour.
If I have to, I'll show you all the barbecue places. I mean, I know you're twisting my arm here, but I'll take you out there.
Yeah, those.
I'd love to do that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got several good barbecue places. Arthur Bryant's and Gates and Kansas City Joe's. Are probably the three that get the most notoriety. But there's a few smaller ones too. LC's Barbecue, and really you can't go wrong with any of them up here.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm looking forward. I'll definitely take you guys up there, and you can take me by and show me Coach Douglas's place. I'd love to see, how, he runs his program, and, there's always things you can learn from other people and all, and just listening to him, it sounds like he's a good man, and, that community and that school's lucky to have him there leading.
I appreciate that, Coach. I'd love to take you around and show you what we got. Like I said, we just built a new high school and remodeled the main building of our old high school, and it literally wraps around an L around the stadium with a jumbotron that sits caddy corner in our northeast end zone. So it's quite the facility now. Kind of definitely makes me realize we better keep winning a ton of ball games. Keep it going there.
Well, it's one of the few stadiums without a soccer field or a running track around it, Coach.
Correct.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
People right on top of you.
It's great facilities up there. Sorry, go ahead, Coach.
I was going to say, that sounds nice. I mean, I love those unique settings and atmospheres, and it sounds like that's what this one is. Got you real tight down there, loud probably. Maybe not as loud as Arrowhead. That was a pretty loud game.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, I just got the opportunity really to see some of those facilities for the first time, here recently, getting up there. And, I mean, it's changed so much. I remember seeing, the old North Kansas City back, being from Kansas City and being around. And, I mean, it's so much nicer up there. And, it looks like a really fun place to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I look forward to seeing it, and I definitely will reach out to you guys. We're just now getting into baseball and softball. Wrestling's finishing up. I've got tennis going on. Swimming team just got finished last week. And so, being AD keeps me busy, but I really enjoy, what I'm doing and being able to hire the coaches here. It really wasn't something that I was looking to do, to be honest with you guys. But when I went home and talked to my family when the opportunity opened up, it just seemed like it was the right time for us to make the move. And, it's been a good move for me. My son, as I mentioned earlier, he's a sophomore here, and I think he's glad that I'm not coaching him and glad that I get to be dad. And I'll say this, it's a lot easier to be coach than it is to be dad. Being dad's probably the hardest job. So for that reason, it's been good for us.
You want Coach Douglas's peanut butter and jelly recipe?
Oh, yeah, I was meant to ask you that. I meant to ask what peanut butter we're using on those sandwiches, man.
Yeah. Well, here's a good one for you, okay? So I've been on my boy about, gaining weight, and he's not built like me. I didn't have any problem gaining weight when I was younger, but Sam, he really struggles. And anyway, one of our defensive coordinator told him he needed to start eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, so I make his lunch every day. And he said, "Hey, Dad, can you start making me some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?" And so, I just say that to you guys to say that, the impact and influence you have as coaches, don't ever underestimate that. And, hopefully we help with Patrick. Patrick's a great, talent, once-in-a-lifetime deal. But hopefully we help him believe in himself and what he's doing. And I thank you guys for what you're doing, because they listen to you more than they do us. I mean, I coach Patrick Mahomes. Some people look at that and say, hey, if you want to play quarterback like my son, you need to listen to what I'm saying. But he doesn't listen to Dad. He listens to the defense coordinator, tells me to make me some sandwiches whenever he says something.
Yeah, and you're right. I got 2 young daughters, and dad is the hardest job. You know, wearing that coach's hat isn't always easy, but that dad hat, man, that's a lot harder than the coach ever has been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my youngest Go ahead.
I was going to say, and I got this little deal. I mess with my coaches now because I'll be at the football games. On Friday nights, I'm down on the sideline, but for the sub-varsity where my son was playing on the JV, I'd be up in the stands, and sometimes I'd come into the coach's office and I'd say, all right, hey, on behalf of the dads, I got to ask y'all a couple questions. Why is there fake punt here at this deal? You know, and so anyway, it's been a lot of fun, though. I really enjoy it. But like I said, that's the tough part, to sit up there sometimes in the stands and watch your kids struggle, you know, and knowing, you know, that the coaches are doing, you know, their job. It's not up to the coaches to make them successful. It's like Coach said earlier, it's about putting yourself in a situation where you're ready for the opportunity. That's what I think Patrick Mahomes has continued to do, is make choices, make decisions to put himself in position that when the opportunities come, he's ready to take full advantage of them. And that's all that you can ask of your coaches, just to give them an opportunity.
Well, if he's listening, what do you want to say to him right now?
To Patrick?
Yeah.
It's time to go get that second one. I think he's had a good time here, you know, celebrating this one, but now it's time to get back to work.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
like that.
I love it. Get back to work. You heard it. You heard it from Coach Adam Cook from Whitehouse, Texas. Patrick, it's time to get back to work, man.
Mm-hmm. That's what he loves. But that's what Patrick loves about this. You know what I mean? It's the grind. He loves that day-to-day stuff. I hope that when Coach Douglas was able to be around him, he still saw that passion in Patrick that just loves the game. I mean, that's the beauty of watching him, and I think that's why everyone loves to watch him play, is because he loves the game. He loves working. He loves practice. He loves to pick you apart in 7-on-7, you know, settings, and that's the thing. I'm saying that to Patrick, but I ain't got to say that. He's probably in there working out right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and it's a lot harder to win the second one, I think, sometimes than winning that first. You know, now everybody's going to know about the Chiefs next year. There's no flying under the radar.
Got that target on your back now.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Coach, thanks for taking a few minutes to talk to us tonight, and it's been great having you. And hopefully, when you get up here sometime to see the city, we can grab a plate of barbecue.
Awesome, guys. Thank you guys for having me on tonight.
Yes, sir. Nice meeting you,
Keep
Coach.
my number and text us.
Yes, sir. I'll do it.
All right. All right. Well, that was a pretty good interview. Coach Cook from Whitehouse, Texas. Patrick Mahomes, head high school coach. And, you know, someday, Coach Douglas, maybe you'll be doing one of those interviews via satellite, you know, about a guy you had.
There we go.
I'd love to. Be a blessing.
Yeah. You know, we were talking a little bit about barbecue. So what's your go-to barbecue here in Kansas City?
I'm kind of a connoisseur of all of them. Right now, I've kind of taken it back to my childhood, and I think I've eaten Gates 3 days in a row.
Okay.
You know,
Nice.
but I mean, you can't go wrong with, you know, slaps, LCs, Big T's. You know, it's really how you feel. You know, if you want to have an upscale experience, you can go to Jack Stack. If you really you want to feel the original intent of barbecue, just that grimy, just the hole in the wall feel, you can go to a place like a Slaps, or where it's just, you know, the significance of the moment is the food.
Yeah.
You know, or Big T's, things like that. So I like them all. We have one in North Kansas City that's pretty good, Smoking Guns.
You're the second person that's brought that up on the show. I
Yes.
need to get up
Which
there and
one?
try that.
Which
Smoking
one?
Guns.
Yeah. I haven't had that one either.
And they're you know, they're competition style.
Okay.
But, you know, for me, where I grew up at in the inner city, you know, Gates was, you know, down the street from us. And so back when it was right underneath Paseo High School, underneath the hill, you know, now it's across the street. So that's kind of what I've been eating here lately. I need to stop because I think I'm packing on the pounds again. So.
Yeah, but you're right. You know, we can't go wrong with any of our kind of local flavors. You know, as long we tell people, as long as it's not a chain, then it's probably pretty good.
Yeah.
And Coach Harris said it best, I think, when he was on the show, there's two types of barbecue here in Kansas City. One where you're going to have it all over your face and hands when you're done, and then you're more upscale, like your Jack Stack and your Q39, where it's plated and that type of thing. But what are you in the mood for? Do you want to go get messy, or are you trying to stay neat and clean?
That's the thing. I haven't had Q39 for a few months. I'm glad you just said that.
Well, now it's time to hit it up.
Yeah.
That was a nice, detailed explanation of your answer right there. I really appreciate that. A lot of guys are like, I like Arthur Bryant's. And you're like, why? And they're like, yeah, I don't know. That was like a really nice explanation.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. My grandfather loved Arthur Bryant.
Yeah.
I mean, the paper, just tearing it open, grabbing a piece of bread, that was his thing. And to go from that to going to sitting in the upscale experience of a Q39, and even, that's the thing, I would say Smoking Guns is very similar to that.
Okay.
As far as being a more competition-style barbecue. But for me, it starts and ends with Gates. And I just had their nooner. That sandwich is awesome.
I love that name.
And it's a sandwich. It's like $7, $8,
Yeah.
and it's like that's the thing. Now you can't beat that because a lot of this barbecue now is getting pretty pricey. But that keeps it in the essence as far as just being a slice of bread, some sauce, 2 cuts of meat, some fries, and being pretty simple.
Well, I guess we better start saving our money. I just thank Coach for coming on, and I said, let us give you the tour, and he said, let's do it. So, guys, we may be hosting a tour of barbecue restaurants for.
That's fine.
I think this kid that he coached is about to get a lot of money from Kansas City. Maybe he could pay for that tour if we're gonna go try them all.
Thinking back to thinking about barbecue, one of the best days in camp up in Missouri Western is when Zarda came up and catered the meal, and you could just see to go to have all you can eat burnt ends.
Oh man!
And it was just to see the guys who've never really had that, and you see the ones who had it who knew. That was such a unique and great experience because that is something that is so unique to us, the way we really cook and prepare barbecue.
Well, and Zarda's kind of one of those ones that's underrated that's really good too.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, you don't hear a lot of people talk about Zarda, as much.
Yeah,
But,
not really. I can't wait till someone says Famous Dave's. I'll be like, get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick
They'll
them off
never
the
be
show.
welcome back.
Here's the only
Kicked
reason.
off the show.
Here's the only reason I like Famous Dave's. When you take a lot of people out, they got that cheap family platter. That's the only reason.
But see,
It's cheap.
is usually not good, right?
No,
cheap.
it's not good.
Better off.
Cheap is usually not good.
Better off just cook it up at the house.
Just like I'm
instead of
sure,
going to Famous
I'm sure, some people could find a really cheap barber to get a haircut, but you might sacrifice a little quality there, right?
Maybe getting what you pay for.
Yeah, so, but so Coach, thanks for coming out tonight. We appreciate it. It's always good to kind of catch up with you and be able to talk. Anything else that you want to say to your guys, maybe back in North Kansas City High School that have been tuning in?
Well, I'll be honest with you, I'm very thankful and appreciative of what you guys do as far as providing that platform for high school athletics and to tell our stories and the different, community endeavors you guys are engaged in. I think this is a blessing, even though it does take time. It does, especially in season, a lot of times in season I like to keep the blinders on, but you have to take a step back and say, you know what, this is an opportunity to really tell your story, your narrative, what's going on in your program, and to really highlight, the kids in your program and your community. And it's a big picture, and I'm definitely appreciative of it. And anytime you guys want to sit down with myself or somebody on my staff or one of my players, we are more than welcome.
We'll take you up on that.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime on the show. And if you got a kid that needs some attention, just say don't hesitate to reach out. And we've had guys bring players in too, and they sit down and talk a little bit from their perspective. And we've got some pretty good high school football and some pretty good coaches here in the area. And the guys that I know that do it the right way, I like to have them on and highlight that. And you're one of those guys that
Yes, sir.
I know definitely does it the right way. And I've heard from multiple people, that you're a good guy and do it the right way. So just want everybody to know that North Kansas City High School and Coach